Hello everyone, and thank you for attending. Again, my name is Tony Deacon. Today I'll be doing a short demonstration on our Listware for Excel add-in, and today we'll be focusing on the National Change of Address, or NCOA, processing. Again, once you've gone to the website, created an account, you can sign into your account. That will enable the credits for your Listware account. You can do Listware for Excel. There are various versions. Today we're going to be doing Excel. So here's my Excel file. I've got a database open in here, and you can see the new tab, Listware. Once you've installed Listware and placed in the license string, it will be activated, and you can do any of these processes using the credits in your account. Today we'll do Smart Mover NCOA, and you can see once we click on the Smart Mover function, then it brings up this little toolbar with the step-by-step wizard. So this is easy to do. I'll select the records I want to process. In this case, I just have 500 records, so I'm going to select the whole thing. Though with this product, you can select any number of records that you want to process, whether it's the whole file or just subsections of it. Once you've highlighted the records you need, you click Select, and it will detect these rows. You can see it's detected 504 rows here. Click Next. We're doing US NCOA link, that's National Change of Address processing, to detect any people who have moved. We're going to leave it on the default all move types, though you can do specifically individuals or businesses only. But this list has a mixture of both, so I'm just going to leave it on the general category of all. It can do up to 48 months back, 4 years of on-file address changes, so I'm going to leave the default of 48 months as well. Click Next. You'll see your input columns here. It's already automatically detected them based on header names. If it hadn't, you'd be able to manually do them by using these drop-downs, but it looks to have done all the columns correctly, so I can just click Next after verifying that. Output columns. These columns will be added during processing, so you don't have to have empty columns for any of these things, but we will add them if you select them. So if you want the name parsed into separate fields, for example, you can just check those boxes. It'll do it automatically. Address by default, move date, move status, move type. These are related to the moves. And those are the only ones we really need today, so I'm just going to leave it at that. Click Next. Reporting, these options again are just for your own preferences, so most of these won't affect the processing. It's just a matter of how you want the reports to be created or not created. Final screen before we click Go. You can double check all your settings, make sure it's exactly what you want to try, or exactly the processing options you want to select. Once you click Process, you really won't be able to stop it till it finishes, so it's best to double check these are correct. I'll hit Process, and it'll prompt us to save any changes, and then contact our web services. You'll see it sending groups of records to the service and processing, and then retrieving them in real time while you watch. There, and now it's finished. And you can see here, we've verified addresses. A few came up as errors. Some were able to be corrected, but there was 2 individual moves, 1 family move, and 12 business moves detected in this small database of 500 records. You can print reports specific to these here. This will show your change of address certificate if you needed it for the post office. That is taking a bit long. And again, we've left the original data intact and haven't changed it, but when you slide over, there are new columns where we parse the name into its elements because we chose those options. Highlighted in red will be any that were errors, and when you hover over them, you can see the specific error: unknown street name, suite or apartment missing, suite or apartment provided but invalid. So this will give you an idea of why the addresses that we failed were unable to be validated. Might be able to fix them, maybe not, but at least you can understand why. And then these columns refer specifically to NCOA. The CES codes are the change of address codes. And these are highlighted in purple or lavender, I guess. And if you hover over those, you can see this was an individual move as opposed to a business move or a family move. This was a family move. And in this way, you can avoid wasting your time with records where the people are no longer there. You don't have to try to contact them at their old address when they've long since moved and provided a new one. This will provide you the new address. So you can see the original address versus the new address being provided by the service. It's as easy to do as that, and you can use credits to process any number of records. But this can really help you in eliminating any bad records, or at least following customers if they've moved on and you need to keep tabs on where they've gone to. Again, if you go to melissadata.com, you can create a free account. We automatically top off the account at 1,000 credits so that you can do testing and run the files yourself without having to pay for them initially. The report did finally come up. This is the official NCOA report. So if you're using these records for mailing, this would be valid for the post office to prove that you had done NCOA processing. This concludes our Listware for Excel NCOA portion. If there are any questions, we could take those now. We have one question regarding the database updates. How often is the data updated? The USPS maintains this data for 48 months, so that the NCOA data goes back 4 years from any given date, but we update the data used by the service monthly, so it will be updated every single month using the most current USPS data. Another question regarding the credits. As a promotion, we give 1,000 free credits for any account, and we're currently topping off your account to 1,000 every month. So if you're below 1,000, we would bring that up to 1,000. Once you've downloaded the product, you can activate your free 1,000 credits. Just click here to activate, and then you'll automatically have 1,000 credits so that you can use it for testing. You can run some records against the service to see what kind of results you get before you actually have to commit. And if it is working for you and you're finding the results to be worthwhile, you can purchase credits for future processing so that you're only paying for the records you're processing. You don't need any kind of subscription. There's no monthly cost. You just buy credits and then process anytime you want, 24/7. And if there are no other questions, I think we'll call this one complete. Again, if you didn't get your questions answered, or if you have other questions after we've finished, you can always contact tech support at Melissadata via email or phone. Thank you. Again, my name's Tony Deacon, and we'll close this webinar for now.